Hello, happy Teacher Appreciation Week. I hope your week's going well. My school does a lot of cute things. I'll put a few things in there. We had a bagel breakfast and then a lunch box, and then we're having frozen yogurt at the end of the week and some other stuff that I don't know yet. So that's exciting. I do have a small teacher appreciation sale going down in the link below just until the end of this week. And so it's just something. It's just like a few like $10 off one of the products I have. And I send an email out about it on Monday. So if you're not on my email list, of course you can go join. If the easiest way to join would just to join the free hub, and then I get your email from that. And the free hub has so many things inside of it. That's also linked down below. But I hope you're having a great week. And I also wanted to mention something else. I have a new offer this summer because I'm seeing some things after teaching for so many years. I'm just seeing a few things of, I know a lot of people say, well, the summer slide and kids need to practice like reading and stuff, and they do, but something I've noticed is that like the math fact of it all, they will know all of them by the like if it's first grade, then they'll like addition and subtraction and do it really well. Or second, do multiplication, then third has like all of them. But I notice when they come back the next year, they're like, oh, well, I don't really remember those math facts. So, and that's super important, especially just memorizing the math facts for when they go to like middle school and high school and college. It just builds up from the math facts like all the other math. So it's just a good practice to have all their math facts. So I've created a program for over the summer. The parents can either follow an 8-week guide of math fact practice, or I'm also going to do, if they want to do some tutoring of math facts and have someone practice online with them, I'm going to be doing that. So if you know any parents with students that could benefit from this, I will leave that link in the description box as well. So that might be interesting. And if you could just share that, that would be very much appreciated. We're doing a lot of different stuff. The big school fundraisers at the end of the year, so we've been collecting stuff for baskets and making projects. I'm going to do this year, every year I do an animal out of socks that they sew. One year we did a sock monkey and then a sock elephant, and then I need a third thing for this group of kids that I've had for the 3-year cycle when I've started to do this. And so I think I'm going to make bunnies this year. I almost did chicks because we had the chicks, but that's like almost a different thing with different fabric, and I kind of just want to stay in the realm of socks. So that's really nice. But then also I will tell you like end of the year different plans and things. I'm going to grab my paper so I know exactly what we're doing. But so we go through, like after Memorial Day, we come back for a week and then have a few days in June. So I'm going to tell you the different things we're doing for like the end of the year week, the last week of school, which will start on the Tuesday of after Labor Day. Now the last week they'll still do their regular work, but these are just activities to add on, and I thought that maybe some of you would like to use one or two or the whole week of activities. So on Tuesday we're doing bring your favorite book. So each child would bring in their favorite book, and then they're going to read it to the class. If it's a chapter book, they can just pick their favorite part or like talk about it, but everybody's going to share, because and that might be like, oh, well, that's too much. I mean, these kids in Montessori are just so comfortable with each other and they love to share. We don't have a specific sharing time. In an elementary class I worked for before at a different school, like every Friday was share your things, like every Friday afternoon, and it was just so long. And it's nice to do that, but how I do sharing in my classroom is, if you want to bring something in, you let me know. You have to write about it and then you can share it, and you could do it whenever you want. And that also limits like kids wanting to, because if they're allowed to do it whenever, it limits the kids of saying, well, I gotta do it, I want to do it this way, like this day, and it just eliminates that. So, and then it's like they don't have a specific day, so if they forget it or anything, like they haven't missed their opportunity. So it's just another way for them to share. And things like that. And they like to go to the front of the classroom. I have kids read books to each other all the time, so it's just a lot of fun. And then on Wednesday, this is the one I'm most excited for because I love buffets, absolutely love buffets. So we're going to do a snack buffet where the students bring in their favorite snack, enough for everybody, and then I'll set up all the snacks and the students will get to try and eat the different snacks. I'm debating if we'll do like pick one snack an hour or or like try what you want to try. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. That will be fun. And then on Thursday is going to be Memory Day. My assistant had a good idea of bringing in a t-shirt for the kids to sign, but what I also do every year is we write letters to our future selves, and I put it in an envelope that says like open May, whatever year that we're going to open it. And I've done that the past 3 years, and the kids love to read it. And even if the kids that have left the school, we still have their envelopes from last year, so it's a nice way to remember those kids that also didn't stay, or like the third years that left, they say like they write a class for the next one. And sometimes like I'm always like, maybe I'll just send it to the kids, but like I never did. So it's just a fun thing, you know, to do. And then I also make a small like yearbook, a year in review book that they do if they want to do it. I mean, not if they want to do it. It's just like pictures from each month. I make it super simple. I'm like, September, here are some pictures. September, October, November. So and I print it out half page. So it's like a little half page book. And on the last page, I put like autographs, and then all the kids go around and sign it. So we'll do that day. Just as a part of the day again. It's not like a full day thing, just like part of the day. And then the last day is I actually found this. Well, another teacher gave me this idea, but I thought it was perfect because like we had gone to chess tournaments this year with my students, and we stayed at hotels, and we would play a lot of board games, and the kids are actually super good at board games, and I played one with them. They liked a lot. So I said, bring in your favorite board game. Now that could get a little bit messy, and this might take more time. That's why I put it on a Friday, so it could be like a fun thing. And then so that's exciting. And then so that would be the end of the day. And then we have 2 more days after that. We come back. I watch a movie once a year because I personally think watching movies in the classroom is boring, but the kids like it, and it's a time for them. And we usually have our little like stuffed animals, so it's like a whole thing. They could wear pajamas. So we're just going to have a movie day. And I told the parents, I'm like, we watch a movie one time a year, mostly because I find it so tedious and boring, and then I just have to like, I don't sit there, but it also works out with the end of the year, so then I can like clean up the classroom while they're watching the movie. And that, so either that maybe that day we'll clean out our cubbies and everything and take everything home. Usually I do it the week before, but we're still kind of working and stuff, and that might be the perfect day to do it, like clean up the classroom, get all your stuff ready to go, and then not that they have a lot of stuff, but just like their notebooks, their portfolios, their Crocs, slippers, things like that, taken home, like their extra shoes, extra clothes, the basic stuff. And then so we'll see what the movie is. And we've been reading a lot of interesting books this year. Like we read The One and Only Ivan, and that was a adorable story, and that has a movie. I haven't watched that movie though, and it seems slightly sad, so I don't know if I want to watch that. And then we're just now reading The Wild Robot, so we might watch that movie. I did watch that movie. It's a little bit away from the book, but it'd be nice to like compare it to a book that we have read, which we have never done that in the past, because I would usually just pick random books. There's some like very niche books that are like great read alouds that maybe one time I will share with everybody, just not now because I don't have them all out. But the kids talk about this one book all the time, and it's so good. But I'll make a separate video about that at some point. And then for the last day of school, usually we have a field day, which we are doing again this year. I'm not gonna lie, last year's last day of school was pretty lame because typically we would have like the whole back of our school, our backyard, like set up with different games. There was like basically none, but a parent did bring in like relay races just for my class, so we did that thing. There was like cornhole or bags or whatever you want to call it and stuff. So it was still fun, and we also have like a shave ice place come and things like that. And I think they're also doing pizza or something for the last day of school as well. So we'll have that. But this year, since I have 3 students, because that first year I taught kindergarten, and out of the 8 kindergartners that have stayed with me for first grade, um, which I'll explain a little bit more because I taught lower elementary at a different school for years, and then I came to this school because they needed but they needed a kindergarten teacher at the time, and I was like, okay, I'll do it in hopes to like reopen the elementary because it shut down for a year. And then my kindergartners stayed with me, so 3 out of the 8 that stayed with me in that first grade year I still have. So I've taught them for 4 years, and I also have 2 third years that I have had for 2 years. So I wanted to make this like last school year super special for them because I will dearly miss these kids. Like, I am so sad. But it's also like, what a privilege to be able to teach them for the 4 years I have been able to. So the last day of school, I've never done this before, but I think it will be fun. We're going to do a water fun day where we will have water balloons, and well, not water balloons because we can't have those because we have toddlers, but like different, like maybe just spray bottles with mist, or like games where you like move one water cup over to the other bucket, and just a bunch of water fun games. They could wear like school appropriate swimwear. And usually most of the kids leave half day that day. It's not a half day, and some kids stay later, so that's fine, but we'll just chill after that, clean up. I told them to bring a change of clothes, bring a towel, just in case. But I think this last week of school will be super fun and exciting because it just, it will be super fun and exciting. And I usually get pretty anxious during the end of the school year because I hate goodbyes. And so it's just a way to like break up the end of the school year type of stuff. So thank you so much for watching. Again, look at all the links below, especially if you have someone who needs math fact practice that you would love to keep up. I know we keep our kids for 3 years, and especially between first and second grade, or second grade and third grade is a great one, like second to third grade. But even if you know a student that's like in 5th or 6th grade that's like still struggling with their math facts and needs the extra practice, just let me know. You could always email me too at Bethany@partsofthelanguage.com. Well, thank you so much. Happy Teacher Appreciation Week.